Hey guys, welcome to Let's Talk Life. Today is about teens, teenagers, and life as they know it. And so, as a coach, a life transformation coach, I focus on, hey Joey, I focus on relationships for adults and teens, relationships with partners, relationship with family dynamics, relationships between teenagers and parents and teenagers. There's so many different things when it comes to relationships and even relationships with yourself. And so today I just wanted to talk about, I built and designed a group called TeenLife, TeenStrong. It's a program through Mindshift Coaching Services. And in partnership with Valentina, a local teenager from Locust Valley High School, we curated a community group called TeenLife, TeenStrong Community Group. And so from September through the end of the school year, for an hour and a half, once a month, I coach and mentor teens in person. It's very informal. We sit in a circle and we go through experiential exercises and some other things. And what I found was exactly opposite what most people thought is, you'll never get my teen to talk. They don't open up. They don't, well, that's not true. I actually create a very safe space and start with icebreakers, the difference between life coaching and therapy, and it is a very big difference. My purpose, how I created this group, and why I have a vested interest in teens, as well as coaching adults individually and for groups. And so I want to share a little bit about that, including a little bit about the group, including some success stories. So what I do is it's through my business, Mindshift Coaching Services, and as a life transformation coach, I created TeenLife, TeenStrong. And this community group creates a safe, non-judgmental space for local teens in the community that I host complimentary. It's my give back to the community, and I host it once a month, and that's my give back. But I also coach teens through TeenLife, TeenStrong individually. And what that looks like is I create a safe space. It's non-judgmental for the teen to openly discuss some of the things in private that are going on. It's not a therapy session. I am not affiliated with the school at all, although I have been in touch with the guidance department just to let them know what's going on and what I'm doing for the community. The teens talk about, what it's like to be a teenager today, the challenges they face, family dynamics, relationships with their friends, with themselves, with others, relationships with their parents, setting healthy boundaries, boundaries for themselves and boundaries with others, right? And transitioning through teenage life, junior high, high school, and then off into college or whatever they choose to do next, right? And so this business was created based on, extensive research, my training and education, as well as my own journey and my experiences as I had it when I was a teenager. And so the topics include, but they're not limited to, some of the things that are going on in school, talking about stresses of work overload, how to manage their time and get in friend time, school time, family time, alone time, and also manage all the work that comes along with it and the expectations that go along with being a teenager, because they have expectations of themselves. Parents have expectations of them. Their siblings have expectations of them. The school and the teachers and the guidance and the principals, they all have expectations of them. That's a lot of expectation. And so it's very hard to, as a teenager, some of the things that I've heard were that it's hard to cope. It's hard to manage, and they go into shutdown mode, right? And so I help them with what it takes to move forward, figuring out where they are, what they'd like to experiencing. We talk about goals. I'll go through quickly high level one of the agendas that I had for one of the sessions earlier in the year. This year just wrapped up. This past week was the last session for the school year. And so we have the summer off, and then I'll start back up at the end of September. But the topics include, but are not limited to, stress, anxiety, overwhelm, depression, self-love, self-worth, again, bullying, boundaries, schoolwork overload, time management, and more, right? And so I create a safe space where teens can unwind and relax, speak freely about the topics that are important to them, what's going on with them at that moment in time. And each session is different. It depends on, I have an outline and a structure for the group, but it also depends on the energy of the group and what's coming up at that moment. And so what it is, let's talk about the safe space that I created for this community group. It's safe space, judge-free. It's not tied to the school. It's not tied to their parents. It's confidential, unless they are saying they're going to hurt themselves or someone else. It is confidential. We don't talk about it outside of the group. We certainly don't share what others bring into the group. And everyone agrees on that. We have ground rules, right? And so these teens are guided by me, a skilled transformation coach, and we talk about the rewards and challenges of being a teen. And they learn ways, I get to mentor and coach them on ways how to overcome the obstacles that are holding them back. Simply by showing up with an open heart and an open mind, what they can get out of this complementary group is priceless. And so what they can expect is the safe space with real topics. I allow for open discussion. So if there's something coming up, we can talk about that. I'll do laser focused coaching, a few minutes for each teen, whoever has something coming up, or we'll talk about general topics. Sometimes it's both, depending on the time. They'll learn ways to set healthy boundaries, learn how to communicate what they want, learn how to have an effective and respectful conversation, as well as setting boundaries for what it is that they want, right? And so it's the safe space that gets them the ability to open up. And it's important to me because I know that when I was a teenager, I didn't have that. And so a lot of the struggles and challenges I went through, it would have made life so much easier had I had a coach and a mentor. And so there are many things in life that we are taught through school, through our parents, we learn through our friends, through our experiences. There are pieces missing, though, many times, and we often are left to figure it out on our own, right? And for example, just learning how to communicate effectively. They don't always talk about that in school, and not all parents bring that up. Every kid has a home life that's different. And so, the challenges of life at the moment in time, specifically during the teenage years, there are a lot. There are a lot of challenges, and I want to be there for them as that support, right? And so I offer this complimentary local community group designed solely for teenagers, junior high and high school. It's in a group setting. It's very informal. We meet monthly in an effort for me to give back to the community and provide teens with that added support and a place to unwind outside of their home and school and de-stress. The group sessions are designed and facilitated by me. I am a certified life and health transformation coach in Mastery. I am also a mastermind success coach for Health Coach Institute. And my experience and skills really takes this group, the safe space, to a whole nother level for them. As a transformation coach, I've learned not only through my training and education, but my own journey on what it takes to move forward and to create the life that you truly desire. This group creates that safe space, a non-judgmental space. Nobody has to worry about who's saying what, judgment, fear, anything like that. And we have a group of teens openly discussing what's going on for them, right? And the challenges they face with relationships and communication and boundaries for themselves and loving themselves. And, some topics that came up was time management. Confidence is a big one. It comes up a lot, from what we would think would be the most confident kids. And that's not, that's usually a front. And so to learn more about the community group, you can go to mindshiftcoaching.com/TeenLife-TeenStrong. I'm going to put this in the chat, but I also want to touch base on a few of the success stories. One of them was, I like the advice you gave. I wish we had more time for open discussions. So what I do at the end of each group is I give the teens, they get Play-Doh. We go through actions and stuff. I give the teens a blank index card and I ask them for feedback on what they liked, what went well about the group, and what they'd like to see changed or improved or added. And it's anonymous, and I also explain to them about why I want the feedback, because the group is for them. And if I don't hear what they're enjoying and what they'd like to see added or change, then I can't possibly effectively transition the group into what it is that they need. So that's really important for feedback, and I get it. Another one is, I thought it went well. No criticisms or changes at the moment. Had a lot of fun. We definitely incorporate fun in every session. One of the words that comes up a lot for teens is they use the word criticisms. So instead of feedback, they use criticisms, and that's something I want to bring to the school in just changing the way we communicate, right? So criticism, it's not a good feeling, right? Someone's giving you criticism. It's uncomfortable. We're not always open to hearing it, right? Because it's got such a negative connotation to it. And so when we mention, feedback, it's much different. It's lighter. Sometimes we're open to hearing that. And so that's one of the things that I want to discuss with the school and some other people as well. Another one is, everything was good and comfortable. I think we should have a time just to express and speak about any of our problems or struggles. So now this was feedback that came one of the first groups that I had, where I didn't break out a certain time for teens to just talk about what's going on for them. And so with that feedback, I allotted a certain amount of times, 20 to 30 minutes in each session, maybe a little bit more, to talk about what's coming up for them at that moment. Open discussion, right? Led and facilitated and guided by me. Another one is, enjoyed opening up to new people and getting to know each other, as well as having a feel for what's to come in the future. I like how it was a de-stress from school and how you meet new people and that we can talk. These are teens, anonymous feedback. I love being able to reflect on my current status with each of the subjects addressed and seeing where I needed improvement. I like the topics we touched on, applies to everyone because we get to choose. No ideas for change at the moment. I'm happy with the group. So one of the sessions was about, we get to choose how we show up today. We get to choose what we want to be experiencing and how we're going to behave and react, right? And so that came from that group. One thing I liked about it is that it kind of relaxed me in a way and opened my eyes about a lot of things. I realized talking about things could help. I almost fell off my chair with that one. They want to talk. They are people. They are human beings with real feelings, and they are overloaded. Another one was, I liked how we had the freedom to speak about anything. Anything they want to talk about, we will talk about. I liked how everyone was sharing ideas to talk about. I liked the people and how everyone made it feel very safe. Another one was, I like the advice you gave. I wish we had more time for open discussion. Those are just some of the success stories and comments and feedback that I got from the group. And so I'm going to put in the chat the Facebook group. We have a TeenLife, TeenStrong Facebook group. Hey, Mary. Hey, Lise. Facebook group, please join. Please join. That's the TeenLife, TeenStrong. It's a part of Mindshift Coaching Services, which is my life transformation business. And then you can also go, and I also post the events here, which I haven't posted for the 2019-2020 calendar year yet. We will start up in September. But here is the webpage. And then you guys can go and check it out for yourself and reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions. I have had one-on-ones with conversations with parents about what's going on, what's coming up for their kid, what the group is like, right? And I am happy to do that. And so one of the things that I do want to talk about is, the why is to discuss things that are important to teens, things that they don't talk about at home, things that they don't talk about in school necessarily. They can learn new ways to overcome challenges. They will understand the impact of their behavior through deep and meaningful conversations, right? Thank you. They have this safe space to talk about real topics. There's no judgment. They get guidance from a skilled and certified coach and mentor, right? Who could they be? Who can they become with the right coach and mentor, guiding them through, one of the most challenging experiences of their life? They get to experiencing something new and exciting, right? We talk about behavior modification, transitioning through middle and high school, real topics, real discussions, right? We go through experiential exercises. So sample agenda. I always talk about with the purposes, why I started this, my come from, and the difference between what is a life transformation coach and the difference between coaching and therapy. We always start off with a deep breathing exercise to kind of ground us and let us go and let go of all distractions in our life, any anxiety or tension that we have. So we always start all my coaching sessions off with just a minute or two of some slow, deep breathing, kind of grounding ourselves into being present. We have an icebreaker, right? Never have I ever, and we'll go around, each person holds out 10 fingers, and the group goes around saying never have I ever, and we talk about things, and then anyone who's done this puts a finger down, and whoever has all their fingers down first wins. Something fun, lighthearted. And then we go into ground rules, right? This is a safe space. There is no judgment. We talk about topics of their choice. We'll go around, do a round robin. Everyone goes around and says their name and what brought them here, what excites you, what are you passionate about, what do you hope to experience in the group. We'll do an experiential exercise. One time we did, or an activity, we did goal setting with an action guide, clear actions, the goals that they have for the next, 30, 60, 90 days, why they want it, their motivating factors, and then an action guide around it, what they can do to move forward with those goals. It's the small steps, it's the small actions that are going to help them get to their goals. And we'll do experiential exercises, right? And we talk about thinking about what's most important right now, friends, family, sports, schoolwork, what's going on for them, right? And so we always end the session with a round robin, appreciations and takeaways. So what stood out for them the most, and we go around the room. And I even include, I'll include myself. I'll say stuff too, because sometimes I see an aha, and I was like, oh, then that's a spot. That's a subject to stick with. And we also talk about what's one thing you can do today to improve your life and your relationship with yourself and others. And so that's how I have this flexible structure. I go in with an agile mindset, and I'm always inspecting and adapting what I do, and then revisiting the feedback that I get and making changes along the way, and the teens love it. And so just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you know what I'm doing. The teens open up. It's for everyone. There are, guys and girls in there. We sit in a circle. It's very informal. And it's an hour and a half. It's 90 minutes once a month, with the exception of December. So if you know of anybody, or who do you know? If you know of anybody who is a teen or has a teen that is struggling, please let them know. I'd be happy to have a conversation with them so they can get to know me a little bit first, or just show up at the group. And I'll start some marketing around that in like the end of August, the beginning of September. And feel free to private message me and reach out through the contact page, through mindshiftcoaching.com. And I look forward to feedback. So enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. It's very rainy here in New York, but it doesn't matter, because these are the days where I get the most done. So have a good day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.